We have arrived at that crucial point in the season, and these next 2 games are probably the most important games that I've played so far. Win them and we will survive comfortably, but lose them and we could be drawn into a huge relegation battle. Let's go and kick some balls. Hello and welcome back to the Road to Glory, Part 83, Season 9, here at Preston. And if we look at the table, you can see that we are still in 13th. We have played 31 games and we have 37 points, and we are just about surviving and holding on to our Premier League status. And today we will be playing 2 very, very important games. We will be at home to Fulham, who are in 17th place, and then we will follow that with an away trip to Brentford, who are in 18th place. And if we win both of these games today, we will survive comfortably. But if we lose them, then we will be drawn into a very, very fierce relegation battle. And that is where it'll get a little bit nervy. But before we get into all that, if you are brand new to the channel and you like FM content and you love to see people suffer playing this game, then why not subscribe, like, watch and comment, help the channel to grow and help us to support the very, very good cause that you can see scrolling up above. So let's have a look at what has happened on the pitch since you were last with us. And when you were last with us, you saw us beaten by 2-0 against Arsenal, and we followed that with a quite creditable 1-1 draw against high-flying Southampton. But it was not to be against Liverpool, and Liverpool absolutely hammered us at Anfield by 4-0. After that, we have recovered, and we have beaten Bournemouth by 3-1. And then we've played 2 friendlies in what was a very extended international break. I think it was about a month long, and it's because I think we were out of the cup competitions. We didn't have a game for about 3.5 weeks, so we had a couple of fairly easy friendlies just to raise morale as we go into this crucial phase of the season. And we will, as I said, play Fulham today at home and then Brentford away. And after that, our season is going to get a lot harder. So these 2 games are absolutely crucial for us to maintain any sort of distance over the relegation candidates at the bottom. If we get 4 points from these 2 games today, then I think that we'll have done very well, and I think that we will then be safe. But we have been dealt a couple of cruel blows, and if we go to the medical centre and look at our current injuries, we still have 5 players out. We have Phil Newman out. He's expected to miss the next game against Fulham. Stoiker is going to miss the next game against Fulham. He has a tight thigh. Adam Eder is going to be out for up to about 3 weeks, and Azevedo is still out. He's expected to be out for about 12 more days. And then, of course, Hugo Bueno, who has been out all season. He's still expected to be out for up to 3 months. He is not going to be available at all for the entire season. And so we have a lot of injuries again to key players, and that means that the game against Fulham, it's not going to be an easy one, and we're going to have to be on our game. We're going to have the boys who are deputising for the injured players absolutely playing well, and if we do that, then maybe we can win the game against Fulham and follow that up with an equally impressive win against Brentford. We have to remain optimistic. And finally, before we go to the game, let's go and have a look at what has actually been happening in terms of the player form. And in terms of average ratings, it's been a very, very poor season. And as you can see, there are only 3 players who are above a 7 rating. Samuel Di Benedetta, Evan Ferguson, and Alperston Ascoy, who is the reserve goalkeeper. So we can say that only 2 players have had an outstanding season. The rest, we've been pretty poor in both defence and attack. In terms of goals scored, Adam Eder comes out in front. He has 29 appearances, just 10 goals and 2 assists, and an average of 6.95. Not been very impressed by Adam Eder this season. Carl Grant, he comes in with 7 goals and no assists from 21 appearances, 11 off the bench. And Evan Ferguson from 25 appearances, 6 goals and 5 assists. It's not been a great season for scoring goals, and in terms of assists, the top assist makers are Ewan Simpson with 6, Evan Ferguson with 5, and Ali McCann chips in with 5 assists as well. It's been a very, very poor season. People that we've brought in have not stepped up to the mark, and there have to be changes before we go into the next season. And so we have to play these 2 very big games now, and we will begin with the game at home to Fulham. I will go and get the team ready. Let's go and kick some balls. And so the team for today against Fulham is Alton in goal, with Charterish, Altair, Barmer and Becker at the back, Gourlay, Bellingham, Simpson and Di Benedetto in midfield, with Ferguson and Grant up top. And I do not feel very optimistic about this game. I think that it's going to go against us. We had a good result against Bournemouth in the last match. I believe this one is going to go against us. And I have to say, I want a strong defence today. We need to dominate the midfield, give us an edge in attack, and I don't know. I just don't feel very confident, and I think Fulham will probably roll us over quite easily at the end of the day. We don't normally get 2 good results on bounce, so why would I imagine that we're going to get 2 good results in this episode? It's not going to happen. We've had 1 good result. It's normally followed by a draw or a defeat, so I'm not very optimistic of winning this match today. And it is going to be Fulham bringing it forward. It's into the penalty area and we've scored an own goal, and I'm just totally, I don't know what to say. There was nobody around him. He scored an own goal. I have no idea what to say anymore. We'll just watch this game, see it out. This is just, what on earth is going on here? It's a ball into the box. Becker, who's already on a yellow card after 9 minutes, pops it in. And the reason this is happening is because, of course, the injuries have meant I only have 1 left back. And so, for sure, my left back is going to have a stinker today or get very tired because I don't have a full back who can come on and replace him. And this is what the game does. And I am so tired of this. And we have another injury. Ferguson has got himself injured. I am just not happy at the moment. And who would have thought that my left back would have a poor game because all the other left backs are injured? What a coincidence. And Grant tries to get a shot in, he can't. And here is a shot, we have scored, and Ferguson has equalised. He's about to be taken off because he is injured. And can I undo that? He doesn't look too injured to me. Can I undo that? Possibly not now. He is going to be taken off. And that was a poor decision on my part. And it's now Preston 1, Fulham 1. And Surridge has come on to replace Ferguson. And we are in a complete mess, this team. And I think if I have to do anything at all in the summer, it's just to buy 2 central defenders. We are a complete mess at the back. We're a complete mess up front. And we're a complete mess in midfield. And I think, if anything, I need a whole new team. Benedetto, he's caught on the ball. Charteris wins it back. Benedetto gives the ball away again. What an absolute joke of a team this is. It comes out to Bellingham. I'm going to berate the team. I'm not happy. I need more. And here is Grant. He's looking inside. It's a poor pass, but Surridge picks it up. Surridge finds Becker. Are you going to play better? He looks for Surridge. Surridge, can he find space? Surridge has a shot. It's 2-1. And we've turned the game on its head. I'm going to go back to a more balanced approach now. And I'm going to take away pass out of defence, so that I don't get kittens every time we have the ball at the back. And it is Preston 2, Fulham 1. I don't believe for a minute that we deserve this. This is a poor team. And Fulham must be even worse. Fulham have had just 2 shots, none on target, but they do have a goal. Becker gifted them a goal, of course. I'm going to tell Becker that he has to ease off the tackles, because I can't afford to have him sent off now with all the injuries. And Fulham are into the box again. We've got to get it away. It comes out. Fulham are giving it everything that they've got. And we have intercepted. And here is Becker again. Becker, oh my goodness me. And there's a long punt forward. It's absolute chaos out there. It's really poor. I can't even see how we are going to be a better team next year. And Fulham nearly equalise, but a ball has gone out for a corner. So Fulham do have a set piece. They're quite useful from set pieces. And this boy, Kent, is a danger, but we have cleared the ball. The near post corner didn't make it. Di Benedetto's not having a good game. He looks second best in all his midfield challenges so far. We are, though, up to 12th. I don't know how, but I'm not going to question it. I really just want to see this season out so that I can go and go and buy some better players in the summer. Every game that we are playing, it's important to stay focused. Every game that we are playing, we look very poor. It's painful to watch. And it's not playing this game at the moment is not an enjoyable experience, which it should be. And it is going to be Di Benedetto over the free kick. He fires in the free kick. It's well saved. We do have a corner. We have practiced so much on set pieces, but we still can't score from a set piece. It's just the general overall team, I think, is poor. And so that's what's being reflected. If we were a better team, we'd be scoring lots of set pieces. It's not that anything that we're doing. It's just that we're not a very good team. And that's the end of the matter. But we are leading by 2-1, and we are dominating the game at the moment. And there is a header from a set piece. It's well saved, and it goes out for a throw. I just need this game to finish now, and I want... will you stop doing this, FM? Take that out of the game. It is nonsense. Can't see anything. And it's a total pointless thing that you've put into the game. And take it out and do something that will make the game better to watch, rather than make it worse to watch. And here come Fulham again. Fulham are in space. It's hit the crossbar. Becker heads it clear. And we are totally outnumbered there on the left. Come on, support the fullback. We are not supporting the fullback. This is really poor, and it's Fulham coming back into the game now. I'm going to go to a cautious mentality now, because we've got to get boys behind the ball. We are not supporting the... And he's hit the crossbar again. Fulham have hit the bar twice. Becker is miles up the field, and he's not getting any support either in defence. It's an absolute shambles. Absolute shambles. And I'm going to put everybody on a support duty in a minute, because people on an attack duty are just absolutely awful. And I have to completely rebuild that defence. I thought I'd bought some nice players in the summer, but they're absolutely awful. And that's my fault for poor performance in the transfer window. I can't blame the players for that. I've just been poor in the transfer window. I'm going to make some changes. And so we have made a few changes. Of course, I wanted to give Grant a rest up top, but I've had to take Ferguson off, and Fulham have hit the crossbar again. They must be feeling worse than I am. And the goalkeeper, he comes to claim. And it remains Preston 2, Fulham 1. And I just need, please FM, I just need the referee to blow the final whistle now. And then I don't think it matters what happens for the rest of the season, because I think 40 points, we will be safe. And here's Simpson. Simpson to Sturridge. Sturridge finds Grant. Put the game to bed. He has done. It's 3-1. And we've put the game to bed. But I still don't feel like the game is over. Defensively, we could still give away 2 goals. But at the moment, are we safe? I think we might be safe. Surridge, lovely ball through to Grant. And I thought for a minute Grant was going to miss that one, but he's taken it, and it's Preston 3, Fulham 1. He was onside, just about onside, and we're 3-1 up. But I still don't actually believe that this is going to be the case. We do have one more substitution I can make, and I'm looking for someone who is tiring. Possibly Charteris needs to come off. We'll bring on Dion Pugh, who needs game time. Gourlay's looking quite tired as well, but the game is coming to an end. We have taken the 3 points. Whether we deserved it or not, I don't think so. We weren't the better team, and we were very, very lucky. But I'm just going to say nice work. That was a good win. There is so much work to do on this team. It's a nightmare, an absolute nightmare. But we have now gone into 12th position. We've gone above Wolves. 6 games to go, and I think we must be safe now. And Brentford have 23 points. We have 40. We only need 1 more point, and we will be safe. And so, can we get the point against Brentford? Grant on form. Let's praise Grant and say you were superb in front of goal. He wasn't, but we'll tell him that anyway. And we need to go and get ready for the next game. I hope that it's a better game to watch. I'm getting so frustrated with what's going on. This is not a team that looks good, but we've survived, I think. 41 points surely must be enough. Let's go and kick some balls. Let's go and play Brentford. And so the team for today against Brentford is Alton in goal, with Charteris, Stoiker, Barmer and Becker at the back, Gourlay, McCann, Applethwaite and Bellingham in midfield. Grant and Surridge will play up front. I have just got the assistant to do everything. I've asked him to set the team up. I've asked him to do the opposition instructions. I've asked him to do our team instructions. And I'm just leaving it all to him at the moment. Let's see if he can do better than me. I've been spending a long time trying to work out how to beat these teams. I have had no effect on the games whatsoever, so I'm going to see if the assistant has a better chance of getting a result than I have, because I cannot read this game at the moment, and the sooner this season is over, the better. And at the moment, the assistant isn't doing too bad. We've got the most of the possession, and we have had the only shot in the first 20 minutes. So he's not actually doing too bad. And at the end of the day, I don't want anything other than a draw. If we get a win, that would be great. A draw would be fantastic. And we have had the majority of the play so far, and there only has been 1 shot, and we have had that. And 2 now. Brentford have equalised in terms of shots. But it's been a dire first half, and it is going to be Brentford, though, with the first highlight. The ball into the box, and it is headed back to Alton. Alton can distribute from the back, and hopefully he can find someone, and that we don't give it away at the back and give them a goal. It always worries me. Everything worries me. It worries me we can't score. It worries me now that Brentford have the ball, and that once they have the ball, we're going to be in trouble because we're not good enough at the back. And it worries me in midfield because we're just giving the ball away too much. And we do have a chance, though. Surridge is bursting into the box. Surridge has hit the crossbar. It's still 0-0. And I think the goalkeeper must have got a touch because it's gone out for a corner. And at least there's been a highlight. There have been 5 shots now this half, and it is still 0-0, and nobody really looks like scoring at the moment. That'll do. We'll take a point. We will still be... In fact, we have moved down from 12th to 13th now, and I'm not quite sure how we've gone 4 points behind. Which is quite interesting. Or were we in 13th? Maybe we were in 13th. And I actually thought after the last game we'd moved up to 12th, and my fullback there just decided to have a lie down. That was quite interesting. Yeah, he thought, getting up to half-time, I'll have a little nap here and just let Brentford play the ball. And I don't like this hard tackling when we're playing a low block, because they are getting near to the penalty area, and I think I might just come off that hard tackling nonsense and just do it for the fans. Just do whatever you can. I want to come off hard tackling, I think. I'm just going to say stay on your feet. Everybody seems to be throwing themselves around there. There are some very, very poor performances going on out there, I can see. Bellingham is a joke. He's on a 6.6 again. Let's change his role, see if we can't. We'll put him on a centre mid on support. Change his role, see if we can do something. And we're not able to, and this is like really bad. And all season he's had to do something special. He's done nothing, and I paid a fortune for Bellingham. And not quite sure the board are going to be very impressed with that piece of business. But he was a 4-star player when I bought him, with a lot of potential. I think he's now a 2.5-star player. And here is Bellingham, and he's managed to find a pass, and Grant is in. Grant could score, and Grant has scored. It's Brentford 0, Preston 1, and I don't believe what's going on. I really don't believe this, but the goal is being checked, and probably, yes, it has been disallowed. Yeah, like I said, I didn't believe it, that it was going to happen. It was a nice pass from Bellingham, and yeah, Grant was offside. But, okay, we've made a chance. Time to make some changes, I think. And so we have made a couple of changes, and I've swapped a few of the roles around. Put Bellingham as the advanced, as the centre mid on attack. We're going to use Di Benedetto as a box-to-box. Just try out a few things. And of course, Becker is getting tired, which means that I have to bring on Brody, who's a right-back, who's not very good, and play him at left-back. It's still Brentford 0, Preston 0. Hopefully the game is all but over now. And I think the season is all but over now. And I think that we are probably safe. 5 games to go. We are 15 points clear. I think we're safe. And I really, really have had probably the worst season this season that I could possibly imagine. And this has been a terrible, terrible team this year. I know I keep saying it, but I've never put together a team that's been this bad ever in the history of FM. And if we look at the schedule coming up, and we did get 4 points from those 2 games. It was those games, Bournemouth, Fulham and Brentford, that have meant that we probably have survived. And with those 4 points plus the 3 from Bournemouth, those 7 points, we have probably now survived. We're going to get nothing now. We have Leicester, Manchester City and Chelsea in the next 3 games. Wolves and Aston Villa are going to be very hard games now. We'll probably get nothing from those. We'll come back for the Aston Villa game, and then we'll do this end of season review just very, very quickly, because there's going to be nothing pretty there to see. And that's it for this video, thankfully. If you are new to the channel, why not? Subscribe, like, watch and comment. Help the channel to grow. Help us to support the great cause that you can see scrolling up above. I really, really just want to be out of this season now. Although 1,000 to 1 to finish bottom, then I guess if we finished in 13th or 14th, we've done really well. But looking at what's happened in the season, it's been very, very painful to watch. And all that remains to be said now is we'll see you in the last game of the season. And then hopefully we can move on to better days. Stay positive. I'll try. See you in the next episode.